Hundreds of people have gathered outside Congress in Brazil's capital to voice their support for suspended President Dilma Rousseff, whose impeachment trial is currently underway.
We are here to defend what we believe in, democracy and justice, and against that group of senators that is inside the Senate, who bought the votes to be elected and received money to be elected, those who are voting against democracy.
The next step is popular resistance, because what senators supporting the impeachment want is an indirect election with 54 senators to remove a president who is elected by 54 million people. So the only thing we can do is wait for people to understand this reality, to remove this coup government, as has already happened in other countries like Egypt.
We are here in defense of President Dilma, against her removal, against this farce, against Michael Temer's coup, against this absurd parliament without legitimation, and in defense of the social achievements obtained through Lula and Dilma's government. Stay Dilma, out Temer.
Well, in her testimony to the Senate, Rousseff said her conscience was clear, that she'd not committed any crimes. She reiterated that her government, unlike that of the interim president, had been legitimately elected by millions of Brazilian voters. Before her speech, the ousted president was warmly welcomed by her supporters. RT Spanish correspondent Nicolas Sanchez O'Donovan is following developments in the country.
55 of the 81 senators voted in favour of completing the impeachment process. That gives us an idea of where the Senate is right now and on how much work Dilma Rousseff's defence team needs to do in order to turn that situation around. Here on the streets, a large number of Brazilians continue their protests against the whole impeachment protest and against Michel Temer, the interim president. They fear that he's going to implement budget cuts and he's going to put an end to social programs. Let's take a listen.
Temer is going to put an end to all social progress.
Also, a group of international intellectuals, authors and artists have signed a document condemning the whole impeachment process against Dilma Rousseff. If she's found guilty of breaking fiscal laws, she will be permanently removed of power, and Michel Temer will effectively be the president of Brazil through 2018.
It seems that the Congress is very much controlled so that whatever the people say on the streets will not be listened to. They will just let the people get off some steam, but that's about it. Probably Mrs. Rousseff will not be able to come back as president, and that is a tragedy for Brazil, because it means that these so-called neoliberal policies will be imposed on Brazil from now on, and even probably somebody will get re-elected in 2018 that will continue them. Unless, of course, the people on the street really make a lot of pressure, and that will have to be listened to at some point by the local media and local government.